So I wanted to start it off. I want to start off today. It is a daytime letter uh with your host Shantae. This is a daytime letter to you all out there, those who needs to hear what it is that the Lord is trying to say. So hearken unto this, because the Father sent this to me. The Father sent this to me, and this was I was supposed to put this on, but I haven't really been consistent. But I'm gonna try to be consistent. I'm trying to figure this all out, but I'm working on being more consistent on here. But I do have something to say about why you don't have female friends. There's a reason why you don't have female friends. And a lot of you out there wondering why me. But some of you not really wondering why. It's like you got a nonchalant type of way about you. You nonchalant. You really are not, spiritually, you really not worried about if you have a friend or not. You are naturally, spiritual naturally, a loner. You a loner. You try to adapt to the world. Okay, you try to adapt to the world, and this is about why you don't have female friends and you are female. And spiritually you try to adapt to the world, but in reality you really spiritually are not looking for a friend at all. You already have a friend with you, a comforter with you, but you always try to, what they say, you try to fit in. And normally when you fit in, you find this person that's most of the time trying to use you. They're trying to use you for something on you because they need that, right? And then you wind up losing yourself and you're like, well, they chose me as a friend. And you always like that when it's all said and done. You didn't really want any friends because you was a loner, and it's a lot of you out there that are naturally loners, and you try to adapt to the world by going into the world, being like the world, and then you wind up losing yourself. Okay, you wind up losing yourself, and it's a lot of people who do this, who are like this. You a loner, you wind up trying to adapt to the world and you don't get into the world. You wind up even, you didn't got so carried far away to the point where some of you are in a marriage and you're leaving your marriage. Or some of you have kids and you're trying to leave your kids. Or some of you are with certain situations on your body and you wondering how you want to lead this life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many of you who are loners, but you put on this other body for the world to adapt to the world, to lose your own soul because you have put yourself into the world like this. But there are a lot of things about you. You are such a beautiful person. And a lot of times you can't believe this. You just go about your day and you make friends easily because of who you are. But it's a lot of times you get used. You get used up a lot of times. And people, they don't care about you, but at the same time, you're loyal. You're loyal. And you got a lot of loyalty to yourself. And you are so beautiful inside and out. And You really don't be caring about what nobody says. You just very beautiful. You are a beautiful individual. And this is also for certain men who are loners. You know, you tend to be in something that you wasn't even trying to be in, and you wind up being there, and you wind up changing over time to where you think that this change is who you are. But that change of the person that you are, that you became as you try to adapt to the world, that person is really not you. And so you get caught up in your mind and you start thinking about things, overly thinking about things. And then if you married, you wind up leaving your wife. And if you got kids, you wind up leaving your kids. And if you got, let's just say, bad health, you wind up saying, wait a minute, I don't want to be this. You don't even know how you even got to that point. You know? But you are beautiful. You are an handsomely beautiful man. Inside and out. You know, the beauty for ashes part. But it's so much I want to say about this subject, because I don't know if I'm going to even remember half the stuff that I was supposed to say on this video. But I want you to ultimately to know that you are beautiful. And there are a lot of people that want to be around you. And people know that if you crowd around a natural loner, that you'll get this bad counsel. Okay? They know that you'll get bad counsel with them around you. You know how it says that being around ungodly counsel? Yeah, that's what it's talking about. That ungodly counsel. You are becoming just like them, because you will have subjected yourself to be in the company of people that you do not know. But you got to this point because you was trying to be like the world. You wanted to do things like the world. You wanted to be that loyal friend. You wanted to save somebody. You wanted to protect somebody. You wanted to give to somebody something that you wasn't supposed to give to them. And you wind up giving them yourself. All of yourself. And that's not what it's really about. You gave all of yourself to these people. And now you're wondering, now what am I going to do? Now what am I going to do? You're still a loner. And it's time for you, if you are in a marriage and your marriage is well, do not leave your marriage. And your children are good children. Do not leave your children just because they are who they are and you feel like a stranger in your own house. Don't do this. It's time for you to go to God. You are a loner by nature, spiritual nature, your true nature. You are a loner. God puts you into situations. And in these situations, you have to overcome. You have to overcome. You have to be ready to be around the right crowd of people, the right counsel of people. Because if you trying to adapt to the world and trying to be like the world, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. So it's time for you not to be like the world, but to be like Christ. And then when Christ tell you, hey, this is what I want you to do, you'll do it. You will do just that. You won't do anything else. You won't leave when you're supposed to stay, and you won't go. You won't stay when you're supposed to go. And just because you had a thought in your mind, that doesn't mean that you go or stay. Listen, I'm just saying this, that when you are a natural loner, you will wonder why is it that you cannot make friends. But it is good that you do not make friends. This is your time to be for yourself. This is your time to be for yourself. This your time. Not somebody else's time. This is your time to be for yourself, but doing it in the Spirit of God, in the way God wants you to do it. Stop moving so fast to the point where you don't even know where you at half the time. You have to be comfortable in your skin and what you in. Your spirit that God has placed into this body. And you have to get away from ungodly counsel, meaning people that don't supposed to be in your life out there. I'm telling you, ungodly counsel is not for everybody. It's not for nobody. And you are around ungodly counsel. And like I said, this is the same as Chili off of TLC, T-Balls and Left Eye, TLC, Chili. Chili is a perfect example of a person who can't make friends. No matter what she does, she just can't make friends. No matter who it is, she just cannot make friends. But there's always males around her. There's always males around her. It's a lot of men who want to be around her. They like her, you know. They like her. They want to be around someone like her. But guess what? These men are 1 foot in maturity, right? They 1 foot in maturity because these are very mature people around this woman, this particular woman. But they also are immature when they not around this woman. But that's why they like her. And that's why they like to be around this woman. But they know they're not ready for her. Because she's not like the world. She different. You know? And I'm bringing it back to Chili. She's different. She's not like the world. You know? But I'm talking about those people who are in Christ. You know, Chili is in an industry that causes her to be evil at times. Okay? Which means that she winds up giving these men chances. Right? Some of them. She winds up giving them chances. But a godly child of God, which I'm using Chili as an example, a woman who is actually a child of God, she doesn't give a man a chance. She just have these men around her that's wanting to be around her to get the maturity and to keep with their maturity behind closed door. They want to use her light to keep the maturity because their maturity runs low. And the same thing with men. It's women that want to be around men too, that has that maturity and doesn't want to really be with you because they got 1 foot in and then 1 foot out. Okay? This is ungodly counsel. So they would rather play around with you, make a little baby with you. This is the same thing for women. They would rather make a little baby with you and want to leave you alone. They want to do that instead of creating a family, having things put together correctly, in order. Instead, it's always out of order. They never want to marry you. They never want to be bothered with you. They just want to make a baby with you because you make them mature. So they will go from woman to woman that makes them mature. They looking for specifics, only specifics that they want until they find it. And the thing they looking for is the light. They looking for that light inside of you. And they can never find it. They don't find it often. Let's say that. They don't find it often. And when they do, they snatching up any and everybody instead of just being the light themselves and promoting the light to go back and forth with the both of you. But they don't know this yet. They don't know any of these things yet. But this is my daytime letter to you, to say to you out there that there are a lot of you out there that are very beautiful. You're beautiful inside and out. And there are a lot of people that hang around you, that want to hang around you, that want to be your friends, but they don't know how. And no matter if you try to be friends with them or not, you wind up losing yourself. And you can go either or, different ways in life, and not really find a comfortability in the life you in. You wind up losing yourself. And some of you wind up leaving your kids. That's one. Leaving your husband. That's two. Or just leaving life in general. That's three. And there's many more things, but I'm them the main ones, you know. But I'm here to tell you that you are beautiful. You're a beautiful loner, and you need to get time with God. It's time to get into the right godly counsel, okay? Because that's what that's called, godly counsel. You want to get into the right godly counsel to where you having that relationship with God. And God can tell you, oh, this is this. And whenever you go with that, when you go around different people, he can introduce you to your, if you're not married yet, he can introduce you to your husband and say, this is this. But you don't force it. You let God make sure it works. All right? You don't try. Meaning, stop trying to make stuff, stop trying to make stuff work. No, you make sure that it works. You make sure. Don't try to make it work. Don't try to make it work. No, you make sure that it works. Key words. Make sure that it works. Make sure it works. So, that's all I wanted to say to you out there. You got to understand that you are beautiful. People think you're beautiful. They just do. And they gravitate to you. But it don't mean it's this is yours or this belongs to you. You got to step back. You got to step back at that time. And you got to build your relationship with God so that he can tell you what this really is between you and these people. Stop making the same old mistakes and start making sure that you're in the right place at the right time. I'm serious here. You are a beautiful being. You got to do this, or else you're going to keep prematurely not being here for a lot of important things that's meant for you. and not somebody else. So that's all I wanted to say. Stay blessed. Stay tuned. Bye for now.